Have you ever wondered what it's like to buy a house in Houston? If so, you're in luck, because I'm about to show you how. Step one is decide if home buying is right for you. You might want to look at what your rent is as compared to what your mortgage would be. Sometimes they're very similar. Oftentimes whenever you buy a house, you'll pay a little bit more for upgrades and upkeep. But on the other hand, you get such wonderful tax deductions that could pay for all that and then some. One thing that I do not hear is, I wish I would not have bought so much property. What I do hear is about the one that got away. I could have bought this property at a quarter of its value right now. Or I could have bought that property for a third of its value right now. I wish so bad when I had the means to buy these properties, I would have. To sum up this long step one, I would like to say if you have the means to buy a house and you think it's a good idea, but you just don't get around to it, you could waste 10 great property buying years of your life. So I would recommend you acting on it. Step number two is finding a really good loan officer, one that you can talk to and they'll tell you exactly how much you're going to pay per month to the penny. I would recommend getting one that hustles and that answers her phone on the weekend. One of the best ways to buy a house is to do a conventional loan with 20% down. That keeps you from having to pay PMI, primary mortgage insurance, which could save you a lot of money. There are many programs out there that can assist you in buying your house. HAP, Home Buying Assistance Programs, DPA, Down Payment Assistance Programs. Some of these programs require you to make less than 80% of the AMI, Area Median Income. I represent 3 first-time home buyers right now. One of them is like an assistance ninja warrior. He has already ascertained $41,000 worth of assistance and is working on more. Another client we just got under contract on a house in Garden Oaks at lot value with no money down. Side note, I had told my dad that I got a house under contract in Garden Oaks for $305. He said, I didn't know you could even get a lot over there for $305. I told him the address and he said, that sounds like your brother's first house that he owned. And I looked, and indeed it was the first house that my brother owned, where my nephew was raised at. I used to hang out there at that house 35 years ago. I thought it looked quite familiar to me when I was showing it to my clients. Step number 3 is one of the most important steps of all. Find an excellent realtor. To the buyers, we all cost the same. We are free, so you might as well get a really good one. The realtor should be the buyer's #1 go-to and the director of the entire process. So you might as well get one that really knows how to get you through all the situations safely and securely, and maybe one that has 19 years experience that would be very, very beneficial. I don't like to really refer out people that I don't really feel very, very confident in referring. But in referring a realtor, I have an excellent idea of one who might be perfect for you. Step 4 is very, very serious, and it is to shop. This is where you load up in the car and go look at 5 to 15 properties. So sometimes it gets a little confusing, so you might want to take notes, video, and pictures. Step 5 is to offer, negotiate, agree to terms, and get under contract. Once you get under contract, you'll be writing 2 checks. One for the option period, you'll be writing to the seller, which will be $100 to $200. The other will be the earnest money check that will go to the title company. That'll be about 1% of the offer price. All these funds can go back to you at the closing. Step number 6 is the option period. That's usually about 10 days, and that's where you want to have all your inspections done, whether they be whole house inspections, termites inspections, whatever kind. Also within those 10 days, you might want to go back to the seller to renegotiate for repairs or for money in lieu of repairs. Step number 7 is the time between the option period and closing. There you might have some work to do with your loan officer and with the title company. You also want to shop insurance companies and movers and start packing. And finally, step number 8 is closing. That's where you go to the title company and sign paperwork for about an hour and get your keys. Sometimes you meet all the other parties there for the first time at closing. And if you're represented by me, you would also be receiving a beautiful closing gift there.